So the first question is why and how youth are so important in just participating in democracy, basically, because we're democracy, like both Indonesia and the United States, but we're very very different, and the way we tweet and the way we use social media are very different too. So could you tell us about why in your opinion?
Yeah, so my name is Zina Rahman. I'm Secretary Kerry's advisor for global youth issues at the State Department. And I think the point you made about the United States and Indonesia having similarities in terms of being vibrant democracies that are diverse, having a commitment to that diversity. So the ideal of Pancasila, right, and what that means is something that you are always trying to attain the same way that we are trying to maintain our kind of older democracy.
Right.
And so if the question is, how do we include youth voices in that? It's that if you look at the population in Indonesia, there is, there is no way to think about progress in that country without including youth voices. And I think the work that I've done with the Indonesians, and I've had the pleasure to go to Indonesia a couple of times, what is needed is creating channels for youth to participate, and that's not only online, that's offline as well.
Yes.
So for example, our embassy in Jakarta has a youth council, and there's one in Medan, and there's one somewhere else, another city as well. Well, we have young people who will come and tell us their opinions on U.S. policy. They'll talk about their priorities. They'll talk about, and all of that is a vibrant part of democracy. They'll talk about volunteerism and civic engagement and what they can do. And they'll try to maybe learn from some of the lessons we have, but maybe we have a lot to learn as well from the other side of learning how Indonesians have lived for centuries with such diversity and celebrated all that different types of diversity, whether it's cultural or religious. And so we have a lot to learn from both sides, and I think increasing exchanges between young Indonesians and young Americans is really important. And we can use technology to do some of that. I think showing role models, so young people who are showing how to be civically engaged, be politically engaged, will be a model for other people and showing them how to do it. You said you're involved in something called the Youth Parlemen.
Yes.
Creating mechanisms by which young people's voice are legitimately heard by policymakers, and that's what we represent, and that's what my office represents. And I think that these things all take time, but they're all very good movements that I notice happening in your country.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, you basically answered two of my questions into one. So